I don't know if you realize it, Mark, that when I came on in 1981, they actually tested women and men separately onto a separate list. That was because they
I
had
I
to.
didn't I did not know it was a separate list, Wendy. I did not
Yep.
know that.
It was a separate list. You tested with them, but then you were put on a separate list based on your gender. And because they needed to increase their female uh, officers, basically. Um, I got on in, again, like I said, May of 1981. The women had to go to the academy a week ahead of the men.
I just wrote that down on my notes because you reminded me about the separate
Do you
list.
know?
Yep.
Do you know why?
Yes, I it, do. I You're the guest. I can give it to you, or I can go ahead and say it myself.
It
So,
was to teach us how to change a flat tire.
mhm.
And I just had rebuilt the engine in my car prior to going to highway patrol, so I didn't really need to know that.
That's great.
That is awesome.
And and they also issued us our revolvers without
Yes.
bullets because we had to pull the trigger 100 times every night to build up the muscles in our arm.
Oh
It's I listen. Here's the thing, Wendy. The reason I knew this, but by the way, I'd say right now that I just rebuilt my engine. It's
that's
priceless.
funny.
It's priceless. I tried to rebuild an engine once, and ended up in the hospital. But yeah, it's a different story. But the 1 week early thing. The reason I knew about this is because I won't say I was one of the last classes. It probably ended, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 years after I started the department.
Hmm.
But I had a classmate, and by the way, she unfortunately she passed away just several months ago. But we actually worked together. We waited tables together in Pasadena, and we ended up going to the same CHP Academy class. And we were very, very good friends, and I miss her dearly. But she was extremely athletic, and just took nothing from anybody. Very, very nice person, but one of these people just didn't give a damn. It's like, what do I have to do? Where do I go? I'll do it. And she called me. She was so humiliated. She was so pissed that she had to go to the academy a week early to learn what you just talked about, how to change a tire and what end of a gun is which. And she called me. And again, this is before cell phone. She called me out. She goes, Mark, I'm up here. This is ridiculous. I'm out here. They're effing showing me how to change a tire. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's 5 lug nuts and you turn it like this. She goes, and here's the thing. She goes, so many of these women, they're all prissy. And I was so pissed. And she was just so humiliated because she thought, what do I need this for? And I'm wasting a week of my life, unlike the male cadets. So I remember that, very, very well. And that ended not too long after I started the department. So anyway, with that said, go ahead and continue, Wendy, about the academy.
Well, I had been a gymnast in high school and college, so I was
Rebuilding your
fairly,
engine. Sorry, I just
yeah.
go ahead.
So I was in fairly good shape. There were a lot of women who couldn't do one push-up. I actually helped women learn how to do pull-ups because I could do three at that time when I first got in there, and some of them couldn't even get up to the bar. But so the academy was difficult because it was a live-in academy for us, and I'd been in my own apartment, but I'd never really been to this kind of a semi-military training. So it was tough, but got through it. We did pretty good. That's all I can say. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So in the academy, other than the fact that they brought the women up there a week early to show them these uh, basics of life, kind of. While you were in the academy, uh, did you have any sense that you were being treated differently? In other words, pro or con, for or against things like that, or was it just you were kind of one of the guys, so to speak, and did your job every day?
Well, they didn't give me a hard time, only because there
Mm-hmm.
were other women and men that they gave the hard time to.